Good tea time, my sweet strangers. I'm so happy you are here with me today. Are you ready to utilize those old cardboard boxes you probably have piling up? Let's do some more of my rustic corrugated cardboard decorations, this time for Easter. I have 3 fun projects for you, but let's start with the easiest one. Plant pot sticks. First, sketch your shapes. An egg is a very simple ornament to start with. I like to use double corrugated cardboard. It's sturdy and we can distress it from both sides. But if you don't have one, no worries. You can cut the same shape twice from a single corrugated cardboard and glue them together later. I also sketched some cute bunny shapes and simple flowers. I think somewhere around 3 to 3.5 inches is a good size for a plant pot stick ornament. When you're happy, cut the shapes out with scissors so you can easily transfer them to your cardboard. Then cut them out with craft knife. Use a sharp blade, but be very careful. You don't want to end your project before you have some fun. If you're having trouble cutting through, you might want to flip your cardboard and finish cutting from the back side. And now to the fun part. Start peeling off the top layer randomly. First around the edges, and then go deeper into your ornament. Tear off as little or as much as you like, depending on your taste for distressing. Distress both sides unless you have single corrugated cardboard, then only distress one side. I tried 3 different paint combinations. First, pick your favorite colors. I'm using any Sloan Chalk paints. They have a great coverage and dry lightning fast. I chose Henrietta, Burgundy and Capri Pink for my eggs. I paint my shapes completely, everywhere I can get, front and back, and let it dry. Again, if you are working with a single corrugated cardboard, paint the distressed side only. For my little bunnies, I chose chalk paint in the colors Duck Egg Blue and Lem Lem. Oh, and always remember to stir your paints well before painting. As for my spring flowers, I chose Barcelona Orange and Tilton Yellow. Here you can see if I just wanted to use the paint to highlight. But I do want a full coverage. Now we'll need some wood or bamboo skewers. I'm sure you have some in your kitchen drawer. The ones with pointy ends are the best because they are easier to pierce into your ornaments. Usually, when I get to the last ornament, the first ones are already dry and I can continue working on them again. So for the first combination, I'm using white chalk paint as a highlight. Dab the paint around the edges and then lightly brush over the corrugation here and there, leaving the base color showing. For the second combination, I'm using gold Rust-Oleum furniture paint. That one always needs a very thorough stirring. Highlight edges and spots like on the previous shapes. I just love this combination. And the little bunnies just came out so cute. For the last combination, I used color instead of white for highlights. This is something if you like brighter and more colorful things. And I just reversed the paint for the other flower. The last touch is a little bow under the ornament. For the bow, you can use raffia, jute, lace, twine, a shred of cloth, or anything you like. And they are ready to stick in your spring flower pot. Aren't they cute? I think the bunnies are my favorite. And the big bunny is coming next. So let's get on with our bunny planter. I found these very inexpensive galvanized steel wall hanging planters. I really like them for this project because they have one flat side to attach to the bunny. But you can try the square pot, even a round one, or a basket if you want. So, depending on size and shape of your planter, sketch your bunny first on plain paper to find the shape you like. I sketched mine so the bunny would be sitting upright behind the flower pot. Then transfer the drawing onto the cardboard and carefully cut it out. I decided to do the head separately, which is also handy if your cardboard is not big enough for the whole bunny. I distress the body from both sides, leaving out the spot that will lay against the planter and where the head will attach. As for the paper shreds, my cat will utilize those. For painting, I'm using any Sloan's white chalk paint, but any white paint might do. Just try it on a scrap piece first. It's a good idea to plant your spring flowers into your planter first, so you can get the dirty job out of your way before messing up your freshly painted cardboard. Some of my favorite spring flowers are primrose and snowdrops, so I'm putting those into my planter. I also wanted to decorate the planter with a shabby bow, so I ran the ribbon around the top of the pot, hot gluing it along the way. And then I glued the bow at the front. I used a canvas ribbon, lace, and raffia for it. When your planter's ready and your bunny is painted and dry, it's time to put it all together. Put the glue on the back side of the planter and quickly attach the body to it, pressing it gently for a while. I'm using my low temperature glue gun for it, and since the head is separate, you can tilt it any way you like. Isn't he gorgeous? And there are so many ways to modify him. Just change the shape and colors, or the pot and flowers. I hope you are still with me. We have one more design to make, but before we dive into it, it would be awesome if you could hit that like button, or even subscribe if you'd like to stay in touch. It all helps me going. Thank you. So last but not least is a table decorative tray/basket. Mine measures 10 inches by 4 inches and is 4 inches high. Of course, you can adjust any of the dimensions to your needs. I'm using super sturdy thin cardboard for this. First, let's cut the base measuring 10 inches by 4 inches and 2 crossbars measuring 10 inches by 3/4 of an inch and 2 measuring 4 inches by 3/4 of an inch. Now, from our usual double corrugated cardboard, we will need to cut 20 4 by 3/4 of an inch pieces. Watch the direction of the corrugation because it will impact the final look. Let's slant one end of each of our 20 pickets. We will also need 2 12.5 inches by 3/4 of an inch long pieces. We will place them about 1 9/16 of an inch from each end of the baseboard and bend them up so they fit around the baseboard. Then hot glue them in place. Now we can attach the 2 long crossbars, each across the side, about 1.5 inch from the baseboard. After that, we can glue 6 short pickets evenly spaced on each crossbar. Now, for the 2 short ends, we actually need to shorten the 4-inch crossbars by twice the thickness of the crossbar, in my case by 1/4 of an inch, so we can glue it between the long crossbars at each end. And the last thing for our construction, evenly add 4 short pickets at each end. And we are done. Almost. Of course, we can't go without some distressing. Now that we have the whole piece in front of us, we can see how much surface we want to ruin. When you're happy with your distressing, it's time to paint. I chose any Sloan French linen chalk paint to unify the whole tray inside out. After you paint the base, it might start warping, so weigh it down gently while drying. Once it's dry, let's dry brush with white again. And we are ready to arrange our Easter decorations in it. Fill it with some raffia, coir fiber, or simple hay. Put some centerpiece in it. It can be spring primrose in a little pot, an Easter bunny, or a hen, and some Easter eggs. If you like my Madeira Easter eggs, please check out my next video. I just love these simple, inexpensive decorations. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial and got inspired to create your own versions. I would love to see them.